Hi everyone, and welcome to this short video on week 2. Thought I'd put together a short video for all you who haven't been in online classes too long, and if anybody who wants to take a peek at this as well, I want to give an overview of week 2 so you have an idea what you're supposed to do here. So let me dive into our lessons and go to week 2 from August 29th to September 4th. I'll click on that. And the first thing that you get is when your due date is for these materials. You have a list of things to accomplish here, so you can look through this. This is what we're going to be doing. And each one of these has a corresponding folder down below. So let's just go through those real quick. First of all, we usually have some sort of computer skill activity. And with the computer skill activity, usually we have some instructions up here at the top. And we have some videos for you to take a look at. And then we ask you to do something and turn it in. There's our Dropbox, and we worked on that last time. Okay. Next up, we usually dive into our Digital World reading assignments. So let's click on that. And here we have our reading assignments in our Digital World textbook. And of course, that's that book in the bundle that you are basically using as your textbook and your reader. So each week you'll have some reading out of that particular textbook. You certainly can read ahead, but just be aware of what pages are going to be assessed and reviewed on a particular week. We also have some corresponding PowerPoint with audio and without audio that go along with the chapters. Those are optional for you to download and take a look at if you wish. Those are pretty large files, so give them a chance to download. And when you're finished with your reading, then you want to jump into Snap and do the corresponding activities to that particular chapter. Let's jump over to Snap real quick and just take a peek at that. So I have another window ready to go, and so I'm going to log into Snap here. And I'm going to move to the next week because, of course, we're currently in this particular week. It will always show you the week that you're on. And so I'm going to go to future activities here just so I can see the next week. And there we go. There's week 2. And as we look down the list of week 2, there's a number of things that we're going to be asked to do. And they really don't take very long at all. It looks like a little overwhelming at first, but as you whiz through these, I don't think you'll have too much of a problem. So basically, these are all little videos or activities corresponding to the reading that you were assigned to do. And we have little concept exams as we go through that. Okay. Now here's one of the issues with Snap that you want to be aware of. Each week, these Snap activities are open at a particular date and time, and they are closed at a particular date and time. So even though you want to work ahead, the Snap activities will not be available until those dates, unfortunately. Love to see the company change that, but that's the way it's sitting right now. You certainly can read ahead. You can also work on your office tutorials ahead, but this one has to be done during that time frame. If you have issues on that, be sure and let me know. So let's jump on back. And so we complete our assignment in our text reading. Let's go back to our third item. Our third item usually is some sort of a forum. And there are a number of topics that we'll be looking at throughout the course. You're usually asked to do a couple of different things within these forums. So you just basically click in until you actually get to the forum. And then your instructions for the forum will be there at the top. Remember, when you start a forum, simply click on the new post. And if you're ever requested to respond to a post, simply click on that posting down below here, and then down below you'll see a little reply button that you'll be able to reply. In this particular forum for chapter or week 2, you are asked to post something and respond to someone else's thoughts. Just one other person is your requirement. This particular one is asking for something in the total of 100 words. I know every time I say something like that, people get a little panic in there. Let me pull up something here real quick for you. Here's a Word document. All I did was copy and paste some things in here, as you may recognize this. This is almost 100 words. Can you believe it? down below in your Word, I suggest that you compose this in Word. It gives you a word count right down here and gives you an idea of how many words you have. So get it around the 100 area and we'll be okay. And then all you have to do is copy and paste it into your new post. And last but not least, you'll have some Office 2010 activities to do. There's a couple of things that you want to be aware of. First of all, as you dive into this, you will actually take a look at the text. And let me jump into that real quick. This is the Office 2010 bundled textbook that you received with your textbooks. Don't panic. There's a lot in there. You won't have to do everything. Usually there are specific pages and material you'll need to cover. Let's move on here. Don't forget you need Office 2010 Professional on your machine. Your bundle comes with a free trial for 180 days. That should get you through the class. And the very first Word activity that you'll do, you basically open up to Word Section 1, Page 1, begin following the instructions, read everything here, some of them are not to do, all the way through to page 29 and finishing up with activity 1-11. At this point, you are saving that entire document you've been working on for about 29 days. You'll save it in the way that it's asking you to do, and then you will upload it to me in the Dropbox when you are finished with that document. That sounds pretty simple, but as you work through the assignment, you'll find that there are some complexities with this. You will need, of course, the data files that you saw in the Start folder. That also came with your bundle. This textbook will refer to those data files. They'll have items already pre-assembled for you to go through. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we dive into the Office assignment, and we can see some instructions up here, basically just what I said. You're going to be doing Word 1.1 all the way through to 1.11, and then when you're all finished, you're going to put it in this Dropbox right here, and we worked on Dropboxes before. You are also going to be going into Snap and completing a couple of exercises in Snap. Let's jump back over to Snap and take a peek at that. Here we are in week 2. Once again, we took a look at the Digital World assignments. And down here we have the Office 10 assignments for week 2. And there are a couple of them here. This is just a reminder to get that activity dropped in the Dropbox. Here are 2 little assessments that you'll be doing on this activity that you just did. Again, one of the drawbacks of Snap is that these activities are open from this date until this date. It makes it a little difficult to work ahead here, but once you have the Word activities done from the textbook and the reading, you can move ahead on those as much as you want. So let's go on back. Also, there are some PowerPoint tutorials here on Word 1. Those are optional. You can take a look at those if you wish, or if you're having some difficulty with Word. Again, those are very large files, so watch out when you download those as well. Okay? All right, let's move on back. So in short, when you walk into week 2, here is a brief overview of what is expected. Down here, each of the folders contain the material that you'll need to do or further directions on what to do. You can do these in any particular order that you wish. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do them in any order that you wish as long as we have those completed by the due date. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have some questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. Happy to help. Have a good day.